The people will save the people. When they listened to the river, they were activated, and the spokesperson, the leaders of each community, they were activated. They told everyone to move, and the system worked. The protection civil system worked. And once again, popular power, the popular organization worked in order to take the food and take water, and from Mérida to Santo Domingo you could see people with a coffee offering it to the neighbors, with some food, giving arepitas to the workers, and it was impressive to see the display of people's organization. And you can see the leaders and the leaders of each government. They are the first ones presenting themselves before the people. All that in the right, precise moment when everything was unfolding. You were there, the people, the popular power was there looking at you, and that moralizes the people, and that gives strength to the people. Everyone reunited in order to give a good response to that obstacle. And also the motorized people were organized, right? Yes. Because the school year had already ended, and there were some grandmothers with their kids. So we organized the biker groups so that they could help those grandmothers and the kids in a couple of minutes. That was viral. And also they went with their bikes to visit the whole area, right? I've seen them going up the mountains, those bikers. That some sectors are trying to utilize this, saying that these are the right-wing extremists, and it's not. That was the Christian and Bolivarian revolution with their bikers helping in solidarity, taking the food, taking medicine, saving lives, rebuilding. It was very nice. But the only thing is that you had no helmet. It's very important to have a helmet. How many times have you gone over all the territory? Well, we've been there 3 times to the Páramo. And we were there in an emergency search. Exactly. And that's through the Páramo. If you go through the Páramo, you can get there also to the Collado del Cóndor. And there you told me that it was snowing in July. Well, it's a blessing. God makes his way and finds a way to show his presence, his great, magnificent force, omnipotent and omnipresent, that joins us and blesses us. Look there, Celita. The Andes are so famous for their cyclists, 2 girls. Where are we exactly at the moment? Ejido. Well, it's so well known, right? All these places of Merida, such a beautiful city, Merida. And an important season as well, July, August, and part of September, because people are coming to spend their days with their families, eating the pastries. Please order some pastries, good pastries for me, chocolate pastries. We cannot do that. We cannot leave Merida without eating some pastries. We have them already ready with hot chocolate as well. Look how nice all of this is, Celita. Well, Merida is one of the greenest states of Venezuela. Well, really, all Venezuela is very, very beautiful. Yesterday we were in the highway to Iguinote, and what a beautiful way and path, everything all green that you see, and the mountains and valleys. And now we are in the Andes in Merida in Venezuela. Here in 1830, the troops came here from New Grenada, from what now Colombia is. Bolívar had already been there, and they had already asked for support. They got all the support, entered through Cúcuta, then came through Táchira, and then came here, and he entered into Merida, and the people came out into the streets, and they were shouting, "Liberator, liberator." That was the first time that they shouted to Bolívar, "Liberator." That was here in Merida. Who knows who was that first peasant woman shouting to Bolívar and calling him a liberator? And then he became the great liberator of America, forever a liberator. And the first one was a peasant woman here from Merida, a woman from Merida. All of them that also gave their sons and daughters for them to go with Bolívar. And that's the great contribution of the Meridian state. And also Santos Marquino afterwards. You know that the oligarchy from Lima, Quito, Bogotá, they betrayed Bolívar's ideals, that idea of union, of freedom. And Santos Marquina was one of those soldiers, victorious soldiers from the liberation of America, and he came back to his town afterwards. You have the houses there. I would like to go to his house here. And he came back, they came back, and at that moment the people recognized him, and he was the first civil authority. He came here to rest among his own. He came here to die with his own. That is the glorious and history that's so alive. That's why we are what we are, and we will continue to be what we are. That's what Jorge Rodriguez says. That is why we are what we are, and we will continue to be what we are. We're here with Maduro on the road in Merida. We're tending to 82 fronts. Well, Commander, we're going here to Merida at the limit with Barinas, also until Timote. And this is the first phase of this operation that has already concluded. The first phase is that the agri-producers be able to take their produces to the market, and this was fulfilled. It was a victory of the people, or of the workers, who were working and doing everything needed to restore their production. And now we go to the engineering phase, to work on the rivers and do all the engineering work needed to restore everything in the area. We've been working with a group of scientists, with the National Scientific Council, and they've handed the first study. I will now explain it, regarding the climate change phenomenon, the new climate change reality, and how this is affecting the Andes in general, the Andes in Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela. There's an emergency in the valleys and the mountains, right, like in Colombia, in Ecuador, and we are being obliged to do some structural changes, because we need to rebuild the highways, we need to rebuild the routes, we need to rebuild the inhabited places, also maybe change the locations where some places had been built on places where the rivers used to go through, but everything is changing. And what we see through global change is a climate emergency that is building a new climate reality for the people of the South and the entire planet. And this is because of capitalism that made way with nature. We are entering now here the city of Merida. We are entering this place, very important. Since 2005, here in this state, you can see, Mr. President, that we have exactly the municipality Santo Marquino, just as you were just speaking about him. We are arriving to this place. Silita, welcome. Welcome to the city of gentlemen and lady, the city of beauty. If you are watching this from anywhere in the world, come to Venezuela, but most importantly, come to Merida. I am going to launch the great mission Pachamama, Mother Earth, from Venezuela to our America. So everyone beware. Silita, are we okay? We are great. I told you we were coming to Merida, right? And we are here in Merida. In the name of the great Lord, long live the people of Merida. We are here, and we continue to be here battling for Venezuela, for the people, with the people. Everything, and without the people, anything. Because if we're together, everything is possible. We'll see you there.